welcome back to Simon Bear's channel. My name is Simon.
And I'm Queen.
Today, WWDC21 just happened. It's a 2-hour event and I'm gonna try to bring it down to like maybe 10-20 minutes for you guys, okay? Do you know anything about the WWDC21 at all?
No, so today I was working the whole afternoon and he purposely hid everything away from me, so I will explore it at the same time with you guys, I guess.
So let's begin with iOS 15. First of all, being the FaceTime is going to have spatial audio, so basically you're going to feel that you're actually talking to the person, even though it's like through FaceTime. One cool thing is that they're going to bring portrait mode to the FaceTime. So just like portrait mode on our phone in camera, it's going to have the blur background, so people are going to be able to more focus on you. That's a very cool thing, and I always wanted that. So just hide my background from you, I guess.
Nah.
So one of the major things that Apple is trying to bring to FaceTime is called Share Play. Basically, what that means is that you can share what you're listening or watching with whoever you're FaceTiming with. So, for example, remember when you were working on the outer city the other couple months ago, and you were walking home alone? You said that you wanted to listen to music, but you also want to talk to me. So you couldn't do both at the same time. Now that with this update, we can listen to music together while FaceTiming. So that's something that is super cool and super useful, especially when you're like, going from work to home, just like what we were talking about, right? Apart from that, there's gonna be a watch together. So basically, you just go into a streaming app like Apple TV or Disney Plus, and just press play, and the whole thing, basically the screen is going to be shared with whoever you're doing FaceTime with. There are a couple of things that is going to support this feature, including Apple TV, obviously, Disney Plus, Hulu, HBO Max, TikTok, and Masterclass. Oh yeah, watch TikTok together.
You know, like those trends where people just do one action and then the next person who
like the carry over the video.
Yeah, you can do that now.
But I think that most likely I'm gonna use the listen together more instead of the watch together. So one important thing about this share play, apart from entertainment part, is that you can actually share your screen now. So for example, I'm looking through the restaurants for tomorrow's dinner, and we're not in the same room. I can FaceTime you and then share my screen on my iPhone, and then we can pick the restaurants together. So I think that's going to be very, very, very helpful in terms of, like I said, ordering dinner, or say my mom is gonna have a little bit of problem using iPhone, and I can just take over her, well, not take over her screen, but in a way that I can illustrate better because I can see what's on her screen. So I think that's gonna be something very, very helpful. It's also gonna be on iPadOS and macOS, so it's gonna be across the devices. Next up, focus. This thing I think is actually going to be very, 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 very helpful. So remember, like when we are doing work or something and there's a notification just pop up from nowhere, and then you just got distracted because you want to check that thing, on a Twitter or whatever. Now that you have Do Not Disturb, so you can just turn everything off, right? This time, iOS 15 is bringing the focus to iOS and all the OSs actually. So this time iOS 15.
Speaking of focus, somebody's not focused.
I'm gonna Do Not Disturb. From now on, for example, just like now, I can use one of their new feature called the focus. You can set it up for work, for when you're having dinner with family, or asleep. Another big thing about the notification is that I can show my stats as do not disturb. So when you're sending me a message, it's going to be not notified because I turn on my do not disturb. But if it's something emergency and it's something that very urgent that I have to get on, then you can send notify anyways. And then I will receive that message even when I'm in do not disturb mode. So that's something that was never there before, and they're bringing it up here. So next up we have the photos. So this time photos is getting a major update on intelligent AI, on how to understanding objects and texts. So basically it's understanding text on, say, pictures for example, instead of in the actual text form. So you can now use the camera app to scan documents, or say there's gonna be a menu from a sushi restaurant. I can just take a photo and there's gonna be a number there. I can just click it and call right away. Not only that, it can also recognize a lot of stuff like dogs, for example, or different kind of plants or flowers. All of those are gonna be recognized in the Photos app. Just click a button, you can get all the informations about it. Weather app is gonna have a new design with the weather maps. Is actually going to be online on the weather app now. So basically you can pull up the map and see how the weather is like on the map scale. So you can say, for example, I'm going to Halifax, and I will be able to see on the entire row how it's gonna be like, which is gonna be very, very handy. Apple Map is going to have another update as well, which is focusing on Explore. They're going to have a much more enhanced 3D experience, which actually you can tilt it and see the elevation of a landmark. And for example, the Golden Gate Bridge is gonna have a beautiful 3D model in there, and you can zoom in and have a much more close-up look compared to just having the 3D images, and which is honestly it's not very that good quality. That is also going to be available when you're driving. Driving experience is going to be a lot better. So for the supported cities, you're gonna see like crosswalk, for example, or lanes. It's gonna be a much more detailed map for you when you're driving and maneuvering around the city and stuff like that, which is gonna be first of all, it's gonna be super beautiful, and second, it's gonna be a lot more easier for understanding on how the the entire space is like, which is gonna be super helpful for you.
I'm an okay driver.